Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a project or a stock rather that helps you get exposure to Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is very, very high. We know and we want it to get much higher than it is currently. But at $50,000, it's kind of hard to DCA and feel like you have a chance of getting a whole coin. You don't want to be on the sidelines. You want to be in the space, especially in the next couple of years where things will get really, really hot. And that's why I came up and I saw this project. I've been investing in it since last year, but it is not a crypto. It is a stock, but it is definitely involved with Bitcoin. And this is the one I want to share with you today. This is not financial advice, just some dude on the internet just telling you what he does with his spare change. So, the project that I want to talk about is affiliated with Bitcoin, and we see the price of Bitcoin right now is at 52,000 and 24 hour as far as movement goes, almost a 1%. And we see trading volume right now for Bitcoin is about 33 billion, which is pretty impressive. But right now with the ETFs, Bitcoin has been really, really hot, and the inflows, the amount of money these ETFs are purchasing like it's going out of style. And they know that what this thing is worth, and they know that it's a scarce, it's a hard asset, and they're trying to get the most that they can for their customers and for themselves and their fees. Um, this was very interesting. Bitcoin holdings on Coinbase reached the lowest level since 2015 as whales withdraw about 1 billion in BTC. Very, very crazy. And just look at this chart right here. Bitcoin exchange net flow. And look at that red going down. That's crazy. Since 2015, that's the lowest it's been in a long time. And it's not going to get any better. What will happen when Coinbase says, okay, we're running really, really low, you know, BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, you guys, we're not doing the OTC anymore. You have to go get it like everyone else on an exchange or get it somewhere. What's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin at that point? It's going to be crazy, crazy. And the reason I bring this up is because the stock that I'm talking about actually produces Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin mining stock, and it's a fraction of the price of Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you how the return on investment for this Bitcoin mining stock versus Bitcoin itself, it actually outgains Bitcoin. Sounds crazy, but I'm going to show you that it is a possibility. And I think for, especially in these times where, everything is much more expensive. Inflation's killing everybody, right? Going out to eat, paying for everyday groceries or just anything at the pharmacy is much more higher than it used to be. And also credit card debt with the interest rates is just tough, right? Living paycheck to paycheck for some folks. And it's hard to say, okay, I want to DCA become a whole coiner, and you see the price of Bitcoin 50,000 and just going higher. This is a good alternative where it's much more economical. Every DCA or every check, you can put away a little bit and purchase one. And I think over time, with the price of Bitcoin as it ascends and it gets a little bit higher, you'll definitely see a return on investment. So I think this is a strong, strong project. So if we look at the inflows again, which is definitely Bitcoin is so scarce, and it's only going to get scarcer with the halving happening up coming up in 2 months. It's just going to get even crazier. But if we look at the weekly inflows as of last week, 2.4 billion went into Bitcoin, and for the year, or I'm sorry, not even for the year. This is for the month. For the month of February, this is crazy. 3.6 or 3.6 billion for the month of February. For the week, 2.4 billion. For the year, $5 billion into Bitcoin. So again, this is only January, February. We didn't even hit March yet. In April, what's going to happen after the halving? The price of Bitcoin is just going to go this way. And it's going to get harder and harder for us as retail investors to DCA and get a good portion of Bitcoin. So that's why I decided to find an alternative. Obviously, if you have the means, continue to DCA because it's better to have the real Bitcoin as opposed to a proxy. But this is a good stock to take a look at. So again, just to show you a visualization of the halving, what's going to happen. Every halving, as far as what's mined, once the block is produced, the reward gets less and less and less. And you can see here, currently at 2020, what we have currently is a 6.25 Bitcoin. After April 17th, the 20th, you're looking at 3.125 Bitcoin will be rewarded. So as this becomes more and more scarce, you have miners fighting and fighting to produce the most Bitcoin. And the miner that will win will be the miner with the most, most advanced rigs that can actually compete. And the miner that basically has the best and most rigs. And the one that I think that miner will be is going to be CleanSpark. Currently, they're sitting at $16. $16. And what I want to show you, if you look at this chart here, as of the beginning of this month, this thing was trading at the low $7.60. We're not even at the end of the year yet, or end of the month rather, and it's trading double that amount. So something to think about. So what I say about them having the best rigs, because last year they were selling, they were basically selling more shares, and the purpose of that, not to take profit, but to buy more advanced rigs, just so they can compete for this cycle that's coming up and the Bitcoin halving. And they're putting themselves at the forefront of this market, and it's showing with the price. And what I like the most, you see the PE numbers there, but what I like the most is their debt. They have little debt. So they're selling the shares as opposed to taking loans to buy more rigs, but it's little to no debt. And that's going to help with their profitability. But again, I want you to just look at this chart here. So just low, and then the price of Bitcoin was kind of low too as well. But as soon as the Bitcoin hit that 50,000 mark, just look at it, just taking off. What's going to happen when Bitcoin hits 100,000? What's going to happen when Bitcoin hits, or should it hit 120, 150? This $16, what would it be? Very interesting question. And that's probably what you want to ask yourself if you care to invest in CleanSpark. So I'm not offering financial advice. I'm just telling you what I've been doing since last year. This is one of the projects, or one of the stocks that I have been investing in, mostly crypto related. So I've been investing in MicroStrategy, CleanSpark, and the rest just cryptos. But MicroStrategy is a bit rich, right? If you're going to invest in MicroStrategy at this current price, you might as well invest in Bitcoin. But this here, and I'm going to show you, as far as return on investment, is pretty interesting. So according to CryptoRank, if you look at the monthly performance, it's just the monthly performance, Bitcoin would have netted about 25.8% return on investment. Look at this. CleanSpark, 159%. The next highest is TeraWulf, which is a decent miner. Then you have Bitfarms, you have Marathon, Riot. But the biggest one and the most profitable one for the month is CleanSpark. Very interesting, right? This blew. When I saw this, I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. But I have seen the profits that I have received from CleanSpark, and I think that it's only the beginning for this stock here. Now, not only have they invested in bigger rigs, the fastest rigs, the newest rigs to compete to mine these Bitcoins, they have also talked about doing in-house trading. So if you have some of the best technology and you're producing the most Bitcoins, why not why not offer and sell Bitcoin yourself and charge a fee for doing it? We saw at the beginning of this video that Coinbase is running low, and chances are at some point they're going to tell these ETFs, hey, go somewhere else to get your Bitcoin. Why not go to the source, right? The plug. And I think it's only going to help their profitability. And again, this is just another thing that makes this stock very interesting. Also, there was this article here that shows the exahash as far as the hash rates for TeraWulf and CleanSpark, what we just saw were the two top performers in the mining for the month. And TeraWulf was at 7.6 exahash. And then look at CleanSpark, double, 14. Again, getting the best rigs, the newest, is going to result in producing more Bitcoins and probably be the leader in the space. So something that you should probably take a look at and just do some research on your own. Just don't follow me. Again, I'm just sharing what I thought is a good project. And economists, we saw this on Yahoo Finance, that about 3 of them believe that CleanSpark's probably going to lose money this year and then break even next year at about a profit of 65 million. I think they're underestimating. Obviously, we don't know where the price of Bitcoin is going to go. And I'm sure whoever did this, they don't know where the price of Bitcoin is going to go. And if you're holding a lot of Bitcoin, as they will, only time will tell. We'll see how profitable they'll be in the future. Now, Plan B stock to flow. Last bull cycle, he got he was God, right? Until he wasn't, until he was wrong. Everyone praising Plan B because he was so on point with his numbers until things faltered. And it wasn't all his fault. You know, we had Celsius and all these sexes going down, and then you had rate cuts or rate hikes going up in U.S. and all that impacted the trajectory of Bitcoin. But he's saying, according to his stock to flow model, that Bitcoin could hit a high of 600,000. 600,000. Not to be outdone, Kathy Wood also said that that the article is here, but she said that she had a price of 1.5 million by 2030. So if you think somewhere, let's say the price is anywhere in the range of 600,000 to 1 million by 2030, and you have the Bitcoin mining stock that, if it's hopefully still around, still doing what it's doing now, that's trading, selling Bitcoin, also mining the most Bitcoin. What do you think the price of that stock's going to be? It's very interesting to me. And that's why I think it's a good way to gain exposure to Bitcoin, especially if you don't have the money to be throwing thousands, $10,000s of dollars in order to hopefully get a whole Bitcoin. I think it's a good investment. So CleanSpark is one that, I think everyone should probably take a look at, do your own research. But if you have a portfolio and if you're invested in crypto, I think you should take a hard look at CleanSpark. So that's my video for today. I just wanted to make a quick one. Haven't been on here for a while. Hope all is well, and I'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you later. Bye.